I'm back today to share my Fred the Dino Loopables. These are these new finger looping kits from the Woobles. I'm May, and this is May May's Crochets. I'm a beginner crocheter sharing my learning to crochet journey. And a big part of how I've been learning how to crochet has been working my way through a bunch of the regular Woobles Learn to Crochet kits. I've made a whole bunch of them, and I have videos on my channel of all of the Woobles that I've made up until now. I will link my playlist here. But I've had a really good experience with the Woobles overall. They have taught me how to crochet, and I have all of these little adorable animals and characters that I've been making along the way. So when I saw they were coming out with these new Loopables finger looping kits, I wanted to give it a shot, see what it was all about, and share my results here. So I bought the bundle of 3, and at this point I've made all of them. So I have previous videos on my channel where I first off do kind of an unboxing where we actually open the Fred the Dino Loopables kit in detail and take a look at what's inside. And then I have a video where I share my Pierre the Penguin loopable that I made, and then another one with Jojo the Bunny where I actually do the finger looping over the course of the video and share my process and the result. And then today I'm back to share my final one, Fred the Dino, and share my result. And then I would love to do a little bit of a sort of overall thoughts and discussion of the Loopables, and also think about, like, if I had to pick one to recommend to someone to buy, which one I would pick. So stay tuned at the end where we look at all 3 and talk a little bit more high level. But for now, let's take a look at Fred the Dino. Let me show you how he came out and we can talk through him. So here is Mr. Fred the Dino from the Loopables. So take a look. He looks kind of different from different angles. Like, there's definitely a little bit of a shape going on here. So let me turn him around and show you from the top and the bottom and the back. Check out his spikes and, like, yeah, I don't know, from sort of the profile side. So Fred the Dino was an interesting Loopables for me. I also want to note I did make the Fred the Dino version from the Woobles, the regular Learn to Crochet kits, which I'll share in a little bit. Regular crochet, but the same character, and interestingly had some of the similar sort of challenges, I think, as this one. The main big thing about Fred the Dino compared to some of the other Woobles, both the regular kits and the Loopables, is the shape. So most Woobles, it's very much just like an egg shape. You just like start by doing some increasing and then like some rounds of single crochet, or in this case knit, and then decreasing, and it's just like everything's symmetrical and it's an oval egg shape. Versus Fred the Dino, they say, is more of a peanut shape. So you do increases at the beginning, but then at some point, like, you start decreasing, and then at some point you start increasing again, and then decreasing to close it up. And you don't do everything symmetrically. You're doing it such that sort of the head of the dinosaur like sticks out. So it's like not really a peanut, because I think a peanut is more like symmetrical. There's actually a Snoopy kit from the regular Woobles that I think of as a little more of a symmetrical peanut, although I'm not positive now. But the dinosaur is, you do the sort of decreasing and increasing and decreasing, but you also don't do it symmetrically, so you make this like dinosaur shape. So that is definitely the most interesting part about this Loopable and makes it different from the other 2. In some ways it's more like interesting, I guess. You more carefully have to read the pattern and watch the videos and really see like where it tells you to do, 6 knit stitches and then a pattern that involves increasing and then knits, versus typically you kind of just do the same thing over and over again all the way around. So in that way, it's like a little more interesting, perhaps a little bit more challenging. So of the 3, I think this is definitely the most challenging. But other than that, it's mostly the same. I don't love, how it came out. When you look kind of here at these increases, you can see them really pulling because of the way that the shape is. You can really see the stuffing through, this very much might be me with my finger looping. As I talked about in my other videos, you know, I had the same experience this time with the finger looping. It's not like it just took me 3 kits and now I'm like amazing at it. I still find this to be a little bit tricky. The finger looping for me just doesn't come very naturally, and I find myself very worried that like the loops are not going to stay secure. The little tricks that I kind of learned for myself over the course of doing these 3 kits is to, when you kind of finish the round, double check your count. They do tell you that in the videos, like make sure you have the right count at the end of every round. But as you're doing the checking, like pull up the loop kind of one more time to get it to really kind of pull through and be like all the way through and not like it's about to fall out, but like don't pull too hard, because if you pull too hard, it's going to make the loops on the sides next to it fall out. It's tricky. It feels like it's a sort of a little bit delicate. Like if you pull too hard, it's going to make other ones come out, but you really do want it to be through enough so that it's like ready for the next round. So that's been my main struggle. The other little trick for myself that I figured out was like keep the working yarn kind of right next to the loop, so you can just kind of push the loop through and kind of do it a little more fluently than having to like every time kind of find where the next loop is and push it through. Like, I don't know. In the videos, I watch her and she does it like so quickly and nicely and smoothly. And that's just like, I even doing 3 of these kits, I did not get there, but so be it. It's okay. Maybe it's just not for me. But it's still, you know, it still did work itself out. So the actual finger looping, you know, my stitches are, you guys, yeah, look at those. Those are kind of straight, and in certain parts they look better than others. But that covers sort of the main body. You put the eyes in, you stuff it, you close it. Yeah, I think that's looking kind of okay. And then you sew on all the pieces, the extra pieces. And so again, of the 3, this one definitely had the most extra pieces. Again, of the 3, this is for sure maybe the hardest, but also maybe the most interesting. So after you close the body, first up, they have you sew on these arms. Again, these are they call them pre-woobled pieces. They make them, they're in the kit for you just to sew on. They have like they're basically pre-crocheted, and they have a long yarn tail attached for you just to thread your needle, and it shows you in the videos where to sew them on. So it's kind of interesting that they're pre-made for you, but I get why, because you couldn't like finger loop these, or if you wanted to, it'd be way too complicated. But so yeah, this one has a bunch of pieces. So the arms are just these goofy, like, I don't even know if I did these right. They're these tiny little arms, and the like actual pieces that they came as, I like wasn't even sure exactly what direction they go in, but I really think the idea is that it doesn't really matter. It's just like a little lump. And if you embroider it on and sew it on, it just sticks out, you know, in any direction that you'd have done it. Maybe it's like maybe a little bit of a semicircle. So there's my little arms, my little, hi, I'm a dinosaur. So you do those first. Then I believe they have you embroider this, what is this even? It's like a stomach color. I guess it's like almost like a lizard has that like scales like of color, I guess, like on their kind of stomach area. Is that what that is? I don't even know. So you get your needle and you kind of just go kind of 3 times. It tells you where to do it. They keep getting uneven as I move around. It's like, but here we go. We've just got 3 sort of parallel lines here. I have a little bit of stuffing poking out. Yeah, let's poke it back in a little bit. Yeah, this has been my struggle for all of these, where you can see the stitches are so loose that you can see the stuffing through and it kind of comes out, but oh well. Then you sew on the tail. So the tail is this green piece here. So I guess it's kind of cool. Like if you just look at it, you can't totally tell that the tail is like a separate piece. I kind of like that it's sewn on, but it blends really, really nicely in. But it is not finger looped, you know, it's just pre-made and you embroider it on, sew it on around. So that's the tail. And last up, they have you sew the spikes. And the spikes, unlike the Fred the Dino regular Wooble kit, they're all one piece. And so you can see like these are actually all attached. They give it to you 4 spikes all together, and they have you sew it on kind of all the way down one side. And then you go around and you go back up the other side. I got a little confused as I was doing this, because at first I thought, see how there's these like holes here? I thought that this would like go flat down and that each one was like a spike coming up from that, but it turned out not to be that. It's basically just like not super symmetrical. It's like on this side the spikes are closed and on this side they're open. I'm pretty sure this is how it's supposed to be. I don't know if you can tell in the picture. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But so it's a little bit funny. So yeah, definitely the most interesting of the three and the most extra pieces to sew on. I perhaps didn't do a perfect job with the spikes. I think that maybe it's supposed to cover more of his body. Like, is it supposed to go kind of all the way up to the head or like close to the head and all the way down to the end of the tail? Yeah, maybe a little more closer to the tail, but good enough. That's Fred the Dino. So let me very quickly show you the Woobles Fred the Dino just to compare. So I made this one pretty early on. This is one of the first pieces I ever crocheted. Here is Fred the Dino, the Wooble. I made the pink version, which is kind of funny, like a pink dinosaur. Okay. But here he is. And yeah, similar, very similar. Interestingly, there's more scales or whatever we're calling this stomach embroidery. There's 5 lines here and they kind of fan out a little and then go back in as opposed to the 3 here. The spikes, like I said, each one is an individual piece and there's 5 of them and you can really control sort of the placement closer to the top, all the way down the tail. The little arms are these goofy little, like, I don't know. It's just like a couple little stitches, I think, and you sew them on. The tail you do make yourself. I think mine is not perfect. I think, yeah, this was again one of my earlier pieces that I ever crocheted. And I remember having similar thoughts about the stuffing that you can see through right in the middle there. You're doing the same kind of pattern where you're kind of increasing and decreasing and not doing it symmetrically. But as my general feeling about these Loopables kits, like the crochet version just looks so much neater, I feel like. Everything is so much more like crisp, even though it's really not perfect. And I have, there's so many holes and you can really see the stuffing and all of that. But there's something about it that just feels more like controlled versus this giant lump of something. I mean, he is still pretty cute. I need to like take a step back and look like, okay, here we have this little dinosaur. But it's just like the shape of it is not as pronounced, right? And like the spikes all sort of blend together. But, he is very soft and squishable, and I do really love this yarn. And yeah, that is my third Loopables. So if you can't already tell, I think my overall experience with the Loopables is like, I'm glad I tried it, but it's perhaps not for me. I'm not sure that I would do more Loopables in the future. But I do like the idea in general that, if there's someone out there who like struggled to actually learn how to crochet with the hook and something about the mechanics of like using the hook were complicated, the actual mechanics of finger looping are easier. It's just that it feels a little, to me, I felt a little more like not satisfying because I felt more like nervous all the time that my loops were going to come out. And I'm like such like a perfectionist and stuff that I really want the like closure and control over like the little stitches. But in the end, I came up with these cute little animals and okay. So let me go back and show you my other 2 Loopables again so we can compare. So Fred the Dino, here is Jojo the Bunny, and here is Pierre the Penguin. So here we have my 3. They look pretty good together, don't they? And they're very soft and squishable, and yeah, they're kind of fun. So just some overall thoughts and like recommendations. I will say if I had to pick one, if I was recommending to someone one Loopable kit to do, the one that I would recommend pretty strongly is Pierre the Penguin. I think this one's the cutest. And it's like the right combination of interesting, but not too hard. I feel like Jojo the Bunny is arguably the easiest. So if you're looking for actually like what's the absolute easiest, there's just less going on here. It's really just like the body. It's got these ears to sew on and a little bit of nose embroidery and a tail. But because of that, there's less going on. So it feels maybe a little bit less like satisfying in the end. I feel like Fred the Dino, if you're looking for a challenge, this would be the one. But I guess I just don't love the shape, and there's a lot of sort of extra details, and they're all kind of like the way that the spikes are all together makes it easier, arguably, but they don't, in my opinion, maybe look great as opposed to sort of the separate spikes. There's a lot of these little sort of details of the arms and the tail, and there's more work, but I just also don't love the shape. Versus Pierre the Penguin is like, I think pretty cute. Also fairly simple. It is egg shaped, so you're like learning the mechanics of finger looping, but you're doing everything symmetrically. And you do have a few extra pieces to sew on, but maybe not quite as many as Fred the Dino. You've got this bright yellow beak, which is super cute, and the yellow belly, and then the little wings. And I just think he ends up pretty cute. I really like this Pierre the Penguin pattern, I guess overall the best. So if I had to pick one that I recommend, it would be this one, Pierre the Penguin. If you're looking for the easiest, perhaps Jojo the Bunny. And if you're up for a challenge and looking for the hardest and most interesting, maybe Fred the Dino. But if you're debating about Loopables versus Woobles, regular Learn to Crochet kits, I personally would have to say I'm partial to the Woobles regular Learn to Crochet kits. They have such great videos. They walk you through. So if you're struggling with the crochet hook and all of that, I would just say like keep watching the videos, keep trying, and you'll get it. And I just think something like this, I feel so much more like satisfied with something like this. Although I can see like, especially for like kids or something, like these are super cute, and like you can do the finger looping and figure it out, and like it's the mechanics are not actually that hard. It's just for me something about the experience. Let me know in the comments if you have tried either a Loopables kit or maybe just finger looping in another way. I do think finger looping, finger knitting is like a real thing out there, especially for making things like scarves and blankets, and less so for things like amigurumi. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe for a blanket, it's just like it's all about the finger looping, and you're doing it like in straight lines, and you don't have to deal with these extra pieces and all of that. But I am very curious, like, do other people agree with me about this, or do other people have very different opinions about this? Do other people out there find this easier than I do? Clearly, I have struggled with this. And I'm just curious to hear from other people if you have tried this. But there we go. That was my Loopables experience. I probably will not be doing any more Loopables in the future if they do come out with more. I'm actually very interested to see if they do come out with more. From like a business perspective, I wonder for the Woobles how these are doing. Are they selling? Are people liking them? Are they going to expand this Loopables line, or are they going to kind of stick with their bread and butter, regular crochet, or possibly expand to another new craft in the future? So we'll just have to keep an eye, but the Woobles definitely has a special place in my heart as it taught me to crochet, and I'm loving crochet. And I just had to give the Loopables a shot and try something new. So there we go. I did it. Here's my 3. And I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for keeping me company, and I will see you next time. Bye.